Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Co-Founder and Chief Technology Officer, Salesforce, Parker Harris.
All right! Woo! Woo! Wow. Wow, they're still pouring in here. We got a full packed house in here. We've got overflow rooms downstairs. I'm sorry if you're not in the main room. If you're downstairs, welcome, and welcome to everyone online. This is TrailheaDX 2019. You guys ready to rock? And the theme of today is, of course, about learning. It's about innovating. It's about integrating. It's about creating empowered trailblazers out of all of you online. Empowered trailblazers to change the world together with Salesforce. Trailblazers like David and Abhilasha. Trailblazers like you. Now, we're going to show you a lot of technology today. A lot of exciting new things, and I hope you get excited. When you get excited, I want you to tweet. We're doing something new. We're doing live tweeting during the show. If you tweet hashtag code goals, hashtag TDX19, we're going to put them up on the show, and we're going to talk about them. So please tweet. What are you excited about? What are you excited about learning? What are you going to do after this show ends? But it's not over. We're just beginning. In case you didn't know, this is the main keynote. If you're in the wrong place, I'm sorry, but this is the main keynote, 10 a.m. today. Later today, we're going to talk about Salesforce loves DX. I love DX. I hope you love DX. It's even better. Learn more this afternoon. Make sure you give back, too. We can build backpacks here in Moscone West, giving back, future-ready build kits. And I hope you don't get too tired. If you do, rest up a little bit, maybe around 6, because at 7 o'clock, we've got the Trailblazer celebration with Macklemore and DJ Umami. Yeah, get ready to rock. Tomorrow, we're going to open up the day. We've had these middle school students, who have been competing in this code challenge. They've been competing, and the 3 winning teams out of all those schools are going to be here tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. I'm one of the judges, and we're going to judge their code. It's going to be incredible, and they're inspiring young children. They're down in the expo room tomorrow morning starting at 9. You can meet them yourself, and then in the expo room we'll do that little code challenge. And then later in the afternoon, okay, this is going to be awesome. Mae Jemison, the first woman of color in space, and Dr. Peggy Whitson, another incredible astronaut, will be interviewed by Anna Fried from Axiom. And she's going to interview them. It's going to be incredible. And if that's not enough, if you haven't had enough of us and Salesforce, you want to keep learning, I hope you spend the weekend with us, because we have a boot camp May 31st to June 2nd. You can join us for far more. But first, let me thank all of you. You know, we went on the road, all of us, and took this keynote on the road before we did it today. And there's a picture of me there and a bunch of the keynote team, and you helped us. You Trailblazers helped us create this keynote. You are part of everything we do, not just this keynote, the technology we create, the customer success platform. You are part of it, and I just want to thank you for the energy and everything you've given back to us, and we want to give it back to you today. But look at how big this community is. Over 6 million developers. Over 6 million of you in 240 developer groups in over 50 countries. We have gone global. I mean, those are huge, huge numbers. Incredible. And together, look what we've done. Well, yes, Salesforce, we love to say you're the fastest company to 10 billion. That's great. But what we actually really love is together, we've done some amazing things. Fortune changed the world list. People, number 1 top 50 companies that care. Most sustainable companies from Barron's, and world's most innovative companies from Forbes. Incredible, incredible. And we did it when when I met Mark many years ago, we started with these core set of values. That's what has guided us the entire way. In 1999, people didn't trust credit card numbers on the internet. They definitely didn't trust your customer list on the internet, but together, we have prized trust as the top value. We uphold it together in our Ohana and make sure that trust is number 1. And then we make our customers successful. That's the second most important. Nothing's more important other than trust than making our customers successful, and we do that with innovation. And finally, equality. equality for all. And we've had an additional conversation at Salesforce when we think about where technology is going and what it's doing to the world and what it could do to these values. We created the Office of Ethical and Humane Use because technologies like AI are incredibly powerful, and we can do wonderful, good things for our shared customer base. But maybe AI could be used in the wrong way. And so we want to have those conversations and those decisions are happening in that Office of Ethical and Humane Use. And together, as you know, we are more than just a company, we're more than just a community. That together we can do more. The business is the greatest platform for change. Number one for me is helping students, like the students you'll meet tomorrow. I volunteer at a local school called Visitation Valley Middle School. We need to help the future generation. I hope that all of you'll have local public schools in your neighborhoods, every one of you. If you haven't gone and knocked on the door, go knock on the door and go help them. They need your help. It's also about equal pay and equal rights, equal opportunity, and of course, the environment. And so all of you can join us and do more for the world. Visit P1 today. It's pledge 1%, but we made it simple for you. P1.today to get involved. Please help us. Now, you guys are all trailblazers. You know that. I love you guys. I really do. You are all customer innovators. You're taking the technology that we build at Salesforce, and you're innovating in your communities, in your companies. And through that innovation, you are leaders in those communities and your companies. You're leading the way, and you're paving a path to the future that we're building together. And we're building that future, of course, on what we call the Customer Success Platform. In 1999, for those of you who were with me back then, I'm sure some of you were, it was just that little sales cloud up at the top. But since then, 20 years later, we just had our 20th anniversary. We had sales and service and marketing, engagement, integration all around the Customer Success Platform because the expansion of how do we connect with our customers, how do we understand our customers, and how do we create a better place for all of them, better experience for all of them. But it's not just the technology that Salesforce creates. We also have incredible partners, and some of those partners are here today. Partners like Apple. If you go down in the expo, you're going to see some incredible mobile applications. Many of those mobile applications run on iOS, and we have a new Salesforce SDK. If you're going to program in Swift and you want to build a mobile app on the Apple platform that hits Salesforce, we have an SDK for you. If you want to build applications that are industry verticals and tap into the power of Einstein and Watson, you can leverage technology from IBM. If you want to actually help your customer understand their customers on the web with Google Web Analytics, we have that partnership with Google, or the Productivity Suite, G Suite, fully integrated. And finally, through our partnership with AWS, I'm so excited to announce this final new offering. How many of you have workloads on AWS? Your customers have workloads. I know more and more companies do. What we've done with AWS is really cool. If you have those workloads, maybe those workloads could help you understand the customers, and you'd like to connect those workloads to the Customer Success Platform. How are you going to do that? Well, maybe you did that, and it was a lot of hard work. What we're doing is we're giving you that out of the box with something called Lightning Private Connect, which is going to be pilot in the winter release, which will allow you to privately connect your Amazon workloads to the Salesforce Customer Success Platform super easily. It's going to be really amazing. Yeah, you're going to love that. But that's not all. Maybe you don't realize it, but we're in the middle of the summer release. You don't have it yet. Most of you don't have it yet. Salesforce has it because we always go first. We call that R0, release 0. That was last weekend. R1's the next weekend, R2. We're going to roll out that summer release to you. And I know that you're excited about all the technology we're giving you. Things like, how many of you like notifications that you get, but you want to create your own notifications? We're giving you that with something called Notification Builder. Really, really cool. If you're on the Heroku platform and you're building applications in healthcare and you want to have them be HIPAA compliant, we have a new offering called Shield Connect. And we talked a lot about mobile. Check out that Swift SDK, but also check out our new mobile apps. Check out Lightning on mobile. is incredible. There's so much here, can't talk about it all, over 300 features in the new release. So visit sforce.co/summer19 to learn more. Now, as the co-founder and CTO, I feel like it's my job to stay ahead of all of you as much as possible. It's hard because you guys go fast. But I try to stay ahead of you in technology to see where the world's going. We did that in '99. We created the App Exchange. We realized I can't build all the apps for you. We needed those partners to build apps. So we called it the App Store, but then we gave that URL to Steve Jobs nicely. We called it the App Exchange. It's a true story. I'll tell you another time. We gave you clicks, not code. That's super important to me. I didn't want anyone to ever have to write code. But then I realized sometimes you're going to need to write some code. So we gave you the power of a programmatic platform with Apex and Visualforce. And then we added social. We kept going on and on and on. We're always trying to stay ahead. But the world doesn't sit still. It keeps moving. The world of technology is constantly moving. It's moving because we're all connected. Everything's becoming IP-enabled. Everything's becoming connected, and consumers and customers have this expectation of that connection. A customer of ours, Adidas. How many of you have a pair of Adidas? I have quite a few myself. If you go in, years ago, my connection with Adidas is I'd go into the Adidas store and I'd buy a pair of sneakers, and there'd be some in a retail store, and that's how I knew Adidas. But now how I know Adidas is through my mobile app. 60% of the revenue of Adidas is actually on the web and on mobile. That's incredible, not in the physical brick and mortar stores. And they're connecting to me through social. They're constantly trying to figure out how can they connect with me through all these different channels. Another customer story, really, really cool company, Telstra in Australia, biggest telco in Australia. Australia's a big country, but it's also very vast, right? And they have a lot of cell towers all through the country, and they want to make sure for their customer experience that those cell towers are all working, but it's hard to get to them all. So what do? They're leveraging drones. This is really cool. Leveraging drones, they're leveraging AI, and they're leveraging image recognition to fly around and check on the cell towers. Much more efficient than sending human beings out, and check to see, is there damage? And if there is damage, they'll proactively fix them. Now, how do companies like Adidas and Telstra actually deliver these connected experiences? It gets more and more complex because there's more and more partners that they have to deliver those experiences to their customers. Let's take an example of a car company. How many, you guys own a car, ever bought a car? Anyone here? Of course you have. Actually, that's changing, but we'll talk about that another day. But when I go buy a car, there's actually a whole web of relationships that car company has to deliver you that car. It's not just the dealership. It's the safety regulators they work with, make sure those airbags work. It's the technology providers, if I want to know if my iPhone, does it work in the car or not? It should. All of these different, parts manufacturers, you want to make sure it's all the right original parts. That's a lot of work for one company to deal with all these partners. And then as the world becomes more connected, consumers actually have this expectation, not just to trust that car company, but actually to have transparency of all those connections so that they can have that trust. Here's an example of trust. I have twin boys that are 19. They're about to go to college. I could buy them a new car, but that's not the right thing to do. I could buy them a used car. And if I buy them a used car, I'm going to buy it certified pre-owned, because I like to know that when they're off in college, it's going to work, it's not going to break down, it'll be safe, and that they kind of stand behind it. But I want to trust through that network. I want to see in that network that I can trust it. And so how are they going to do that? It's really hard, and the web of suppliers and partners keeps increasing. It's really hard for that car company. So how can technology help solve that? Well, there's a new technology out in the world. Everybody's heard of it. It's called blockchain. It's kind of the buzzword, like blockchain, blockchain. And most people think about blockchain, they think about Bitcoin. They think about currency, that I trust this currency of where it's been. But blockchain is the underlying technology that drives it. And what is blockchain, and why can it help a car company deliver a better experience, a better trusted experience buying a used car? Well, first of all, through that network of partners, every partner knows, for example, if that car has ever been repaired. It's distributed. Blockchain is distributed. So if repair happens, everybody knows. So that's a good level of trust. But that's not enough, because blockchain is also verified. How do they know that that was a valid repair, that the repair completed, that no one's cheating? Okay, that's good. Blockchain can give you that. And then how do they know that nobody tampered with the information, that nobody actually went in and modified anything? Well, blockchain is what's called immutable. You can't change it. Once you write it, that's it. So it's secure. So blockchain is an incredible technology that could help that car company actually have a distributed network that's verified and secure to deliver that incredible experience. Sounds easy, right? All of you ready to go? All you got to do is just implement blockchain. Okay, how are you going to do that? Well, you're going to go create a shared data model. You're going to agree on the rules and permissions, create an engagement layer and user experience, integrate, blah, blah, on and on and on. Your eyes are glazing. You're like, okay, that's never going to happen, right? But what I love at Salesforce, what I love doing is take complex technologies like blockchain, incredibly powerful technologies like blockchain, and put them in your hands and make them easy. Make them super, super easy so that you don't have to have this obstacle of learning. You have the ease of use of Salesforce with the power of blockchain. And that's why I'm so excited here today to announce Salesforce Blockchain. It's the fast and easy way. Yeah. It's the fast and easy way to build partner networks. And you know what that's going to do? This whole show is about empowering Trailblazers. We're going to make all of you blockchain experts. That's right. That's pretty cool. So what is it? Well, are you going to write code to build a blockchain? No, this is Salesforce. You're going to build it with clicks. And how are you going to do all your workflow and search and everything? Well, it's built into the Lightning platform, so you have all that. All the skills you already have that you're already empowered with apply now to blockchain. And then, of course, blockchain is distributed. So you're like, how am I going to actually support a distributed network? And what happens if my partner or a node on that network actually isn't on the Salesforce platform, God forbid? It might happen. Well, we allow you to easily connect partners. We allow you to actually run nodes. We have technology that will make it super easy. You can run your own node on the network. Sounds awesome, right? Okay, is it really clear, right? Well, maybe not 100% clear. That's okay. So now what I want to do is have someone who can explain it even better than me to give you a demonstration. Leah McGowan-Hare, welcome, Senior Director of Trailhead.
Hello, TrailheaDX. I am so thrilled to be here to share with you Arizona State University's vision for using blockchain to create a digital, trusted student transcript. Now, I'm not going to do this alone. I'm very honored to have with me on this amazing journey Renee Winkelmeyer, who's going to run us through this amazing demo. So, the question is, are you ready to have a block party? Yes. All right, so here we are in setup, and we're going to go ahead and type in block. And you're going to see that there's a new option available called Blockchain Manager. Now, this is essentially a builder that allows you to build your blockchain network. Now, you can see that we already created one called Student Transcript. So when we click into it, let's go in and see how it was created. The first thing you see, the name and the description, as with most applications. The next part is where we define who we want to collaborate with. Now, this is where you define your partners, and you add your partners. In blockchain terminology, they are called nodes. They are nodes on the network. And here's the thing. Most of ASU's nodes are other universities, but it could be any entity that wants access to that blockchain, that trusted digital student transcript. And the nodes don't have to be on Salesforce platform. They can be on AWS, they can be on Google Cloud. but they must be defined in this network. Okay, we're good? We're gonna keep it moving. So now we wanna define what data we're gonna share. So the next part is creating your blockchain data model. Ours is relatively simple. We have student information and student activity. Now, defining your data model is just like defining a Salesforce data model. You have your objects, your fields, your relationship, most of the stuff that many of you know. But there's one difference. You heard Parker say this earlier. This is a distributed system. So there you see distributed objects. Blockchain is built on a distributed architecture. That means all of the nodes in the network have their own copy of the data, the own copy of the blockchain, okay? So here's where some of the magic comes in. Once you define your blockchain data model, it's exposed to you as external objects. Therefore, you get to work with it like you would work with any Salesforce objects. You have your page layouts, process builder, quick actions, all of those great declarative tools that are built right into the platform. Now, behind the scenes, that's a whole different story. There's a lot of complexity. Remember, this is a distributed architecture, so we have to sync every time a block is added onto the blockchain. But here's your gift. You don't need to worry about that. You're welcome. We take care of it for you, so you can focus on building your blockchain application. Speaking of application, Renee, let's jump into the ASU application. So here we are on the contact page looking at Sophia's information. She's a student that just transferred to, ASU from Sunrise Community College. Now, because ASU and Sunrise Community College are on the same blockchain network, we can see all of the courses she took at Sunrise. That's the blockchain right there, and each of those records are a block on the blockchain. Now, you can see here, it's all there. We can simply add a record to that blockchain declaratively by using a quick action, clicking on Add Course Credit. Now, when we do this, Renee's gonna say, she took environmental science, she got a B, and 4 credits. Now, watch. When we hit save, I want you to look at the status. The status says pending. Why? Because behind the scenes, all of those nodes have to verify that block before it's added to the blockchain. That is one of the ways that blockchain builds that verification and promotes trust at a whole new level. Now, once that block has been added to the blockchain, it's immutable. It cannot be changed. It would be like trying to take a chicken nugget and turn it back into a chicken. It's not gonna happen, okay? It's just not happening. So it's immutable. But let's just say that someone got access, low-level access. We're talking ones and zeros down to the wire assembly language, bits and bytes. And they were able to attempt to tamper with the record. It would not verify. That verification, that census amongst all the nodes is key to making sure that data always stays valid and verified. So to simulate that, we have this simulator that we created just for this demo to show you. So let's imagine if we could look at the block, this is what it would look like here. We have all of the field values. Now you notice the hash value at the bottom. That's one of the secret sauces to blockchain. The hash is an encrypted representation of the field values. So if I attempt to change any of those field values, it will throw the hash off. They won't match, and then it will be all bad. So let's look at that. Let's try to change the grade B to an A. Not that anybody in here or in the news lately would do anything like that, right? I'm just saying, just the messenger. And then we go ahead and try to validate that. Womp, womp, red. It does not validate. And because it's not verified, it never got updated in Salesforce. So this is, once again, one of the ways that it promotes trust. And this is the level of trust you need to share a digital transcript. We want to rest assured that, 5 years from now, we're looking at the original values. So we're going to go ahead and revert that back to a B so that the hashes match. And we're back in a good place. So once again, when we see this, we can rest assured we're looking at the original values regardless of when we look at it, 5, 10 years from now. Just imagine the use cases. So now, we saw it in one node. Now that we've added this block to the blockchain, what does it look like in another node? Let's jump into Sunrise Community College. They're another node on that network who happens to also be on a Salesforce platform. So we look at there, and there's faculty app, and you see that notification. Well, we're gonna click on that. And the notification comes up, and it says, there's a new student activity. There's a new block out there that was verified. Well, how did it know about it? Through Process Builder. Let's check it out. So here in Process Builder, we have a new way to start a process, blockchain event. So when it comes in, we say, all right, oh, it's a new course credit, then we need to notify the appropriate department. And we can use this, and you heard Parker talk about this earlier, the new custom notification feature available summer 19. So now they're gonna be notified. Renee, let's click into that notification. So when we click into the notification, it brings us into Sophia's record at Sunrise. Here we can see all of the classes, coursework that she took there, and there is that course that we just added in ASU, that valid, verified block showing up there. Now, in order for it to be accepted into Sunrise, there has to be a faculty member, professor that looks over and accepts it. So, Professor Renee, please do me the honors and accept the credit. Now, a couple things happen here. When we do that, Sophia now meets 100% of the requirements she needs for her associates at Sunrise Community College. Awesome. But what else happened? Because now she has that new degree, a new block was created. So what happened in the background? All of the nodes had to verify that new block, that new record, and it's added there. That's pretty awesome. So what we just saw there is 2 nodes on the Salesforce platform accessing blockchain. But what does it look like when it's a node that's not on the Salesforce platform? I know, hard to imagine. Well, let's go see. So here we are. Sophia uses a mobile app to keep track of her student transcript. She owns that data. She wants to have access to it. So here she is, and she gets a notification. You just got a degree. I mean, who wouldn't want that message, right? So she goes ahead and clicks into it, and there she sees the course that we added at ASU for the 4 credits, as well as the new degree. Now, this app is not on the Salesforce platform. So how did it access the blockchain? By using the blockchain API, that mobile app made a call to its own node. So here, just imagine it calling out. So here we're gonna call it from the API. We're here at the command line. Now remember, in order to do this, you would have to be a node, trusted node on that network, and they're going to ping the endpoint to their own node. Because remember, this is a distributed system, so they have a copy of their own data. So Renee, hit it. Boom, so there it comes back. We can see all of Sophia's activities here in a beautifully formatted JSON format, ready to be consumed by any app that is in the network, okay? So if you are not on the Salesforce platform, you can access the blockchain, you can access your copy of that blockchain using the blockchain API pinging your own node. If you are on the Salesforce platform, we make it easy for you. You can access the blockchain using the blockchain data model, working with it just like you would with any other Salesforce objects. That, my friends, is blockchain made easy. So what does this mean? We just saw, you can clap, that's okay, I heard a star, y'all clap. I give you permission. So we saw the use case for higher ed. So what does it mean for other industries? Well, the possibilities are limitless. For finance, we have S&P doing it for financial audits. We also hire for IQVIA, that they're doing it for drug labeling, so that patients know when they're looking at their prescription, it has not been tampered with. And Caesars is doing it to ensure amazing customer experience for their customers, to reassure them that their tickets are legit and not fraudulent. So please check out these different sessions. Just imagine what it can do for your business. There's gonna be a blockchain keynote in this room at 1 o'clock. Come see the beautiful brains behind this amazing technology here at 1 o'clock. You know, blockchain is a game changer, and it's opening up a world of opportunities to collaborate in a trusted way.